Now the setup is finished. It's maybe a little big setup just to round off some corners, but I use it as a learning experience. I have watched Adam's channel and others, John Mills or Keith Fenner also, and I'm trying to see and learn from them. I have put the indicator there so I can see how far I go up there by the end mill, and I have made a stop over there so I can turn it around in the exact same position every time, so I can make the 4 corners without changing anything. It's a learning experience for me, and I learn best by doing it. And then I make errors sometimes, but that you have to live with it. But let's try and see if I can do it. Now let's try and see if I can do it. I think you can see the dial indicator down there, so let's try. Okay, I'm pleased with it. Now it is all ready. I'm pleased with it. It's turned out better than I have expected. I made a little error. I will admit that. When I make these, it turned out perfect for the first one. But I read the dial indicator a little wrong, so I cut a little too much in this side, but it's turning outwards on the fabric will sit on this side, so you can't see it, but I know it, and it's a little annoying, but it is like that. So let's try and put it all together. I will not tighten them fully. I hope I can tighten them so that the line in the screw is like that, that's not certain that it can be done, but if it can, it looks good. And then the hole in here. And that is what is going to be seen on the inside. So that's so far so good. Now I got a lathe and mill that need to be cleaned, or a little cleaning in the shop. When that's done, I'll get ready to the mahogany. Now I have gotten the mahogany. I get it from a guy I know who have a shop, maybe factory you can call it. He makes mahogany windows and doors, really beautiful windows and doors, and I can buy the mahogany at him. These long pieces I had to pay for, but the short pieces there, that's actually scrap for him, but it's certainly not scrap for me. I can use them to, and maybe I pay a little for it, but it's not much. So I'm really thankful for him that I can buy it, or even get it from free from him. So the next thing we have to do is to plane these pieces so we can get it on the hanger. And now let's plane the mahogany. Now the mahogany is planed to the right thickness. I ended up on 7 millimeters. That was when I didn't took more of the mahogany off than necessary, so it was just perfect. I think it's so beautiful. I really like this mahogany. When I'm finished, I will give the hanger lacquer or varnish. That I'll show you, because it has a little dull look now, but when you give it the varnish, that touch is coming out. I really liked it, especially the first time, but I'll take you along with this and show you it. I just want to show you another little thing. If you don't know, can you see it? That's something that's sometimes happening when you work in wood. You see there's a little crack in the wood. That can't be used, that piece there, because it maybe not look like something here, but when you give it varnish, then it will be, you'll see it. But it not matter here, because I can use the one end and the other end. This one here for the long pieces. So I like this wood. Maybe you can hear it on me, but I think it's so beautiful. Now I have glued the side piece on just the same way as I showed before, and I have made the first mahogany part ready. I have just taken the hanger and drawn it out and cut it roughly to size. So now I will glue that one on, and how I get the edge fine in the end I will show you later. But the next thing I'll do is to glue all these pieces of mahogany on. I only show this one because it's the same all the way around, but I show the first one and then I'll get back. Now the first mahogany part is glued on. I have gone outside to make the rest, or cut the pieces. I will do that with my hand router again. I don't know if you can see that. I have this router there. It have a little bearing here, so it is following. Let's see if we can get it. Maybe you know the kind of router, but I'll explain it. It is following the edge here, and then it's cutting out, cutting away what's left, what's there's too much of the mahogany. But let's try to make a cut. I'm outside in the nice spring weather. It's 12 degrees centigrade here, so that's fine. Now you can see, now the edge is fine with here. Now I just have to polish it with some sandpaper, and then I take another router bit and round the corners so it look nice and fine. I have promised Kevin, one of my viewers, that I will show you when I change the oil filter and the impeller on my boat, and have a little talk about my boat engine. So that will be soon. I